like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And now, enjoy the stream from Darklycan81. Z out.
Well, good evening.
Evening.
And welcome to another Thursday live stream.
105?
I know, I can't believe we've done over 100 now. Feels weird. Kind of thing.
Another Thursday, another evening, there you go. As you go.
Well, young of it, I've lost track of how long we've actually been doing this, but man, getting past 100 live streams and getting up to over 1,000 subs, man, it's mental.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy 8 months, to be honest.
Only takes a couple of videos and a couple of things, and that's it. At least you still got the regulars and new people coming in and out and bits.
Well, it's been a crazy, like say, 8 months, but like the last 4 months has been
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff happening with mum and everything and that, but we're getting there.
All I do. That's all you can do. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Darklycan81.
It's just been it's been a roller coaster the last 4 months, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we'll get there.
We always do.
Keep apologise to folk that I've not spoken to in groups and that, not been in groups chatting and not jumping on live streams when they've been doing their live streams, kind of thing. It's just that sometimes I just feel like I'm not in the right headspace, kind of thing. And it's like when you come to this, it's like, do I do it on Thursday or do I not do it on Thursday? But I know for a fact if I didn't do it, I'd get a kick up the arse for a certain young lady saying, why are you just moping about, kind of thing.
And also you get a ton of bleeding emails. You okay? No, leave me alone.
Well, that's the kind of thing. Is that if folk didn't see you for a while or speak to you for a while, they do kind of worry. Is like, is everything all right?
Yeah.
But I try my best to try and get back to a normal routine. It's just taking time.
Yeah, it's always time that takes it, and that's it. You just take what you can do, and that's it. You know.
Hey, Mr. B.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So how's your week been so far?
Well, the beginning of the week, Baz, I went to that Yu-Gi-Oh! Nationals and Anime-Con in Birmingham and did stupid hours on both. And I mean, stupid hours.
You got to do what you got to do, Dave. That's the thing.
Yeah. Well, I've been two friends out that always helps me out, and I did a deal with a guy, so that was him. And his other guy I've known for 20 odd years, and I helped him out do his stall. You know, really enjoyed it. I mean, luckily for me, I only ran into one old friend there, so that was pretty, outgoing and bits. Put a couple of videos up, but nothing special.
Was it Hey Baza and Mr. Dave and Mr. B? Bob is naked and his jiggly bits. Good old selection. But no.
Mr. Rum, I will be in touch very soon because I've got a special project on the go that's going to take an hour a bit longer, but I might need your advice on a few bits. So stay tuned to either your phone or your messages, please.
I've not really been doing much. It's just mostly work.
Yeah.
Work just seems to be taking over the new kind of thing. So 1 minute work's coming nice and quiet, and the next minute it's just chaos.
Yeah.
And then
well, for me, I haven't been buying in much at the moment. I've got a few outside projects on and a few bits like that. But you know, I did manage to pick up 6 items over the last week or 2 weeks, and one came in today, one came in yesterday. But I've got more stuff coming in soon, and like some sort of mini announcement in the next. I might make it next week if we were to do one next week. If not, I might leave it for a couple more weeks. So you know what I mean. So I get my head around it a bit more. I've been dying to tell everyone, but you know, I just want to keep it as a surprise.
Yeah, I've been doing with my spare time is just try to get this room from in to the way I want it, trying different ideas, and it's the worst thing about.
That'll be heaven if we can get this room back to normal.
It's the worst thing because we collect so many different lines. It's getting to the stage is like you can't display everything. You kind of have to think. It's like, well, what's your main collections kind of thing.
The problem is if you just stick to 1 or 2 lines, you slightly get bored of trying to find in the bits or a few bits like that. But when you've got it all, do you then go for the card variants, the other variants, and everything else? You know, it's a hard one. You know, there's only so much you can do, collect, and work on, and everything else. It's one of the things. Yeah.
I'm not a completist, but I just when it comes to certain lines, it's just certain characters that I like. I'll just pick them up. I didn't go through. I don't go out and buy every character that they've got, kind of thing.
The only time I ever do that, Baz, if it comes down to really cheap, or it's a small line. Like, for example, Black Adam, 5 figures, 2 ships, done. Zack Storm, 2 play sets, 1 ship, 1 sword, 7 figures, and quite a few discs, done.
Hey, Mr. Stewart. Hey, we got Ronaldo.
You know, if it's a small line, I don't mind collecting the whole line. You know.
It's just like I've noticed they've got the Blue Beetle figures that Spin Masters did, but there's only like 3. They've only got 3 figures for that line.
Yeah.
So you've got the red guy, the main bad guy, and then you've got 2 Blue Beetles. You've got a standard Blue Beetle, and you've got a battleized version of Blue Beetle. And I noticed they're now showing up over here, and they're quite cheap. They're no more than a couple of quid each. And I've also got the Aquaman line for Aquaman 2.
Yeah.
It's the same. They're only a couple of quid each.
Yeah.
The only one I picked up for that was Black Manta, because I love that character. I love the design of that character, kind of thing. But I am kind of considering just going and getting the rest of them.
It's like the Blue Beetle. You could just stick to one toy maker, which you do, Spin Masters. But if you went to McFarlane, they've done so many different Blue Beetle incarnates. And then they've done the Blue Beetle bug for the original one.
Yeah.
They've done that many. You know, McFarlane's got the whole original and new stuff, which, you know, it's for me, it's now down to toy companies and which one you fancy the most.
There's quite a lot of stuff out there now, kind of thing, but it's trying to come in. I'm trying not to buy stuff because I'm trying to sort what I've got already. I don't want to keep adding stuff to it when you're trying to work out what you've actually got.
Yeah.
But it doesn't help when you see a good deal. Then it's like, do I just bugger it? I'll just buy them because, like yourself, man. If I picked him up and he's like, oh, I'm looking for this. I'm looking for a Blue Beetle. Oh, I've got them here. If you're needing them, kind of thing. That's sometimes, even though I've not done a toy fair, but sometimes it's like when you see cheap stuff, cheap action figures, you kind of go, like you always say, you kind of go into that toy fair mode.
Yeah.
And you end up picking them up. So if anybody's looking for a specific thing and you've managed to find it, then if you're willing to give it away or help somebody out, then at least you've kind of got one.
Yeah, the moment I went into a bit of toy fair mode recently and bought. Basically, I wanted to complete a lot of the dealers these days buy big job lots in, take out the figures at once, and then put the rest into a box to shift on or swap tray or whatever. And that's what I've been doing recently with a few, the like Titan Class figures. Like I said to you, I wasn't into, but now I'm, how many variants and how many figures can you have on a shelf? I ain't got a clue.
Well, I kind of did that last week. Went on to that Toys for a Pound. And we've been collecting these for like the last 2 or 3 years.
3-4 years?
I've got them carded, I've got them loose. But I do like the aliens for that final faction. And that's what they were selling. So I ended up picking up 10 of them.
Yeah.
Then I got 2 of one and 3 of one, 3 another one, and 4 another one. Kind of thing. But they're only like a quid, Dave. So it's like, do you go for it? Because even though when Poundland had them in, me and you, we tried to get as much of the first wave as we can.
We just cleared them all out.
Keep hoping.
How many on the shelf? That'll just basket.
I keep hoping it will get wave 2.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, because I would love to get more of those little Jeeps.
Yeah.
The little buggies.
Well, the 2 things with wave 2, Baz, is the Jeeps plus the little spiders, the creepies. Because
like the little spider creature things, and that you could kind of, if you really wanted to, you could kind of mix them in with Star Wars, or kind of mix them in with like your Marvel from in 3-inch or 3 3/4-inch stuff. You could probably maybe add them to your G.I. Joes to have more Cobra from and kind of villains kind of thing, and they're also good for customizing as well. Yeah, if you want to make your own kind of alien base from in life forms kind of thing. That I'm kind of thinking. I'm kind of thinking about trying one out in one of the symphonies that I've got. A wee repaint.
Well, they're only a couple of quid to buy them now. Again, it's one of the things.
As I say, it is $1. It was a Dollar Tree action figure line. They're probably not everybody's cup of tea, but it's a fun little kind of line to pick up when you can see them. And then if you're really good at customizing, and you could really fix especially Wave 1 human characters, some of the paint on them are not, especially the paints on the face, they're not that great. And if you really know what you're doing, you could probably make those figures better than what they actually were.
Yeah, 100%.
But and I was actually looking at I was looking at the symphonies, the ones that I got, and I was like, I could maybe try and repaint that, just to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of detail on some of the aliens, but there's just not enough paint to come and kind of bring them out.
It's like a lot of things. The companies can now give you the toys and the detail, but not the fully painted. If it was fully painted, it'd be like a $4.99 figure. You know what I mean?
It's the same with some of the is it Cha-Mi figures?
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like the dragons and like the mystical creatures. They always just seem to paint the front, and they never seem to paint the back.
That's
kind of thing. And there is a lot of detail on some of them.
Yeah.
That's why I did that Cyclops. That's why I bought the Cyclops when I'd done the Cyclops up. Because it's only the front that's painted, the back's completely thingy, but some of the Cha-Mi figures actually are quite cool, especially some of the alien figures that they did back in the late 90s kind of thing. There is some really bad bad ones out there, but there is some really good ones. I mean, I would love to get my hands on the dragons. I mean, like from my night, they're like a 5-inch action figure kind of thing, but there's.
Well, I think they did like 3 or 4 different types. I know I've got a couple over in the case. I'll try and sort them out for like next week or something. The chat may.
Hey, Vadertron.
Yeah.
But, no, I've seen a few guys showing off like the Chummy Dragons, and it's like, holy shit, I didn't know they made them. Yeah. They're cool.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody's gone crazy.
I can never pronounce the proper name. Is it that, you know, how you got like the Papa line?
Papa Schley.
That's Schley. I mean, I've got one of the rock creatures because you showed it off, and then I managed to find one like 3 or 4 days later.
Yeah, the Schley is like, it's almost like, I think it's a German, or I think it's German make if it's Schley. And the detail and everything else is amazing figures and amazing detail. And they've got some lines, it's unbelievable.
Because again, you showed off the rock guys, and you ended up finding one. I quite like them, man. I like those.
That's without the head. That's one of the Schley ones.
Yeah, you can buy the little character separately as well, but
it's only got arm articulation, but the detail and everything else is second to none. It's, you know what I mean? It's like you took that at all, it was hurt. It's quite a chunky figure.
Because I've got as you say, you showed that one off a few months back, and then
the Rocky one.
Yeah, and ended up fucking finding it like 2 or 3 days later after you showed it off.
The only thing he's missing is his crystal in his hand, which is not important.
It was weird because we done the live stream on the Thursday, and we ended up going to Smith's on the Friday because it was wee one's birthday, and I did see them, and I was tempted to buy one, and I kind of left it, and then I ended up finding it on the Sunday.
I know the cheapest place at the moment you can get them from is AliExpress. Do them that line a bit cheaper. Same with a few others. Same figures, same everything. It's just there's nothing different. Yeah, it was crazy. So,
do you want to show off what your 6 items?
Yeah, go first.
There you go.
Hello. Well, this is going to be completely different for me to show stuff off this week. You know, what is that? Can anyone notice it?
Dragon Ball.
It's an official Dragon Ball Z t-shirt, which I picked up. Yeah, not the animated card, it was just like a car boot and that sort of stuff. So I thought, you know, there's that one. Then, same again. Official Dragon Ball Z Goku Ultra Instinct.
Oh, I like that one. That's nice. That's a nice one. I like the design on that.
Yeah. So it's got the official labels in as well.
Yeah.
So that one. Just wish they were a bit bigger for me, but you know, because can't be choosers. Then, once again, official. It's all Dragon Ball Z stuff. You've got, you know, Goku Dragon Ball Z on the back in Japanese, and on the arm, but then the front is like 3 versions of Goku, the main character.
No, that's cool. I like the. I do like that one.
So, you know, something I wouldn't normally pick up, but you know what I mean. Found a little Irish dude. There you go. And then, you know, he had a same guy had a hoodie with Dragon Ball Z on the front.
Oh, nice.
But then on the back, it's got a big, massive.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Which you don't normally see at like car boots and that sort of stuff. Something completely different and weird. So there's that. But then me and Baz, I spotted these ages ago at the toy fair, and they were 120, 150 quid when they came out. And I've been arguing about it for a long time. When I was on holiday, I've seen them at €50 in Spain. I'm like, do I, don't I? But then I thought, you know, I spotted one for pretty reasonable. You know, it's already been played with, but you can still buy the kits for it. So
yeah.
It's the Beast Labs Container Beast.
Oh, they are cool. Eh? I mean, don't get me wrong, I've been kind of considering myself getting one, but they are still quite expensive, man. If you can get one for,
like the container itself and bits, it's, you know, then you can take the top off, and then there's these things. And it's still lights up. So his detail is pretty decent. He's got the thing above, and it's like
a B&M's or Home Bargains get some in this Christmas.
Yeah,
I think they'll have them because I don't think they're selling because of the price markets on some of them.
Yeah, they're the cheapest thing, but when you're going out, I almost had a chance to buy the crocodile the other day, but then a few other bits came up. But you know, the detail on them is pretty decent, and most of the effect is when you open the ladder, all steams and smokes, everything else, and it's like, you know, you get the whole thing, and you can put it. If you wanted to, you could buy the add-on kits as well, to where you can do the special effects and everything else. It's quite elaborate toy when it's all.
The good thing with that is that, man, you buy the.
You know, you've got the green goo inside as well, so it's, you know.
You can buy the refill kits and that, so you can just constantly keep them in.
Yeah.
Try to create. It's to give you the illusion of creating your own kind of beast kind of thing.
Yeah. You get like a little container to put all loose on him, and it smokes and full kick the boodle. So there's that. So, and then, Baz, I thought I spotted off our friend the other day, picked it up today, which is relevant. You know, we get occasionally Vader Girl, Cat, and a few bits in the chat, but we don't show many girls' toys off.
Right.
So I thought, well, I've seen it. I've never seen it before, and it came out in 2002 by Mattel.
Right.
And I thought, something different, unique, and I thought, the price is right, and I thought, you know, something, like you say, a weird collection, you don't normally collect it, but the price is right, and I've never seen it. It's Mary Kate and Ashley, the two twins.
Right.
It's the boy version.
All right.
There's the two girls. The twin sisters.
The cartoon that come, I mean, because they did the cartoon. That's a cartoon.
Yeah, they did the cartoon and the live action films and everything else. And I never did realise they did action figures for them.
It's always the same. You always seem to come across that random thing that you never knew.
Yeah. You know, something for like the Vader girl. I know we don't talk about the girls like Cindy toys and that sort of stuff, or Barbies, but I thought they're not, you know what I mean? It's something completely different.
To be honest with you, I think majority of the female from viewers that we do get, they're more into from action figures than dollies.
But so something different for a different line, but it was done by Mattel, 2002, and you know, the bloke with the scooters, the helmets, and
as you say, it's always you always pick up that one random thing for you try to pick that one item up for each toy line kind of thing.
Yeah. You know, I do think they did a toy line for the two. You know, I know they were quite popular back in the day, but
Oh, I mean,
you know, something different for the live stream for this week, Baz. How's that?
those two were from popular all through the 90s, man. The amount of films that they made and TV series they appeared in, and
You know, there's 4 different sets for the girls, but it's the only one I've, you know, found from the guy. But then again, something completely different and something random for this vlog. So there you go, Baz. 6 new weird things that you don't normally expect. Thanks, Baz.
huge. Well, I got a few bits. I got 500 comic book villains. So it's basically DC and Marvel on one. Kind of gives you a little bio of each of the characters throughout the two filming franchises. And it kind of tells you when the characters kind of appeared as well. Because content, I'm trying to see if I can quickly find this, but it was talking about that there's actually been a couple of different versions of the character Harley Quinn before she actually kind of really appeared in the 90s.
So it's like a biography for the old mix.
Yeah. Try to see if I can find. I did have it hanging, but I must have accidentally closed the book.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Darklycan81 and me, DaveWorldtoys.
So you've got Harley Quinn 1. Content this was originally in 1947.
Jesus.
And then she reappeared as Harley Quinn 3. They've not actually got a 2, so I don't know the jump, but the next time she kind of reappeared in the comics, she was written by Roy Thompson. Did it tell you who?
So it's a good trivia question.
Well, Harley Quinn in 1947 was in the All American Comics, and it was written by Robert Canera, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Kind of tells you like when they first appeared and tells you different versions and who turned the mantle on each of the different filming. There's one there. There's quite a lot about filming Moon Knight. There's been like 6 different versions of Moon Knight. Each character's been different.
Weird.
Kind of just gives you a little, not like a bio, but kind of tells you like when the comics come out, when they first appeared, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's all DC and Marvel villains.
Yeah.
It's quite a weird, kind of a weird book. You'd think it would just be all either Marvel or all DC. First time I've kind of seen a book that's kind of mixed with the both filming franchises. And then I picked up some vintage comics as well. So I got Blade Runner from 1982.
That's an old one. Jeez. Star Wars on the back, eh?
And then I got another one. It's Atlas Comics, The Tale of Evil. I think this one was from 1975. But the right price yet. I didn't even know it was 25 cents back in the day, but we were selling them over here for 10p. And then I also picked up the Spider-Woman one. This one was like, I think this was 70. This is 79. 25p back in the day. And that one's
Star Trek on the back.
And the guy gave me this one for nothing because it was. He says the spine is damaged, so there's tape on it. But this one was from 74. It's a Sergeant Rock.
That's crazy.
And that one was 8p. If the camera picks it up, you can see the wee stamp.
What's on the back, Matt? Oh, it's the old dinky and Xbox, Meccano.
It did say tape on the edge, 1974. But he gave me that one for none because I don't think anybody's going to buy that. So if you want it, just take it. Either you can have it.
It's been done by DC, so it must be the first Captain America rock.
It's not that. It's got that from an old vintage smell. I don't have them all here because I've put some of them away, but I put a couple away for a little fella that we know, Dave. But as you say, we were talking about Final Faction, so picked up a few of these.
There's a lot of card arts on them.
The Symphonoid. There's a couple of them that come off the card, Like I had two. I actually got 3 brutes, but 2 of them come off the card. It's just that they're too heavy for the card,
Yeah.
But I do like the brutes. I probably prefer the ones better than. Fair enough. These the drones are actually quite cool as well.
Yeah.
There's the one that come off. There's one of them that come off the card.
They're still cute.
And then there's a Symphonoid that I was actually thinking about repainting.
Details in there?
I mean, they're alright the way they are, kind of thing, but it's like they've got from an ankle from a thing is that I think could have been a different colour, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then I picked up a mask vehicle. Fortunately, no figure, but this still got the ship in there. And the wheels
They look like at one stage where you said mask. I thought it was micro machines because it looks like a white micro machines, man.
And the wheels are good on this, man. Usually when you see these, man, the wheels are starting to split, but
yeah,
I seen it and I was like, bugger it, I'm going to have it. And I say I do have some mask vehicles and mask figures, but I need to find out who actually drives this one.
I'll reach out to Rob for you and I'll ask him.
It's going to be Lara Croft.
Go Lara.
From was it 98? They done the Lara Croft movie.
Yeah. Angelina Jolie one. 2 movies, pretty good. Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got a clue who, but there you go.
And Superman. I found Robin.
The Boy Wonder.
Yeah, the female one. You can't have Robin without the Batman.
Batman, Superman, Robin.
Yeah, I found another bushwhacker. Whee. I think I've got about fucking 6 of these. I think I've got about 6 of these.
Yeah, the bushwhackers are quite common.
I just see them, Dave, and I just pick them up, kind of, because it's, as you say, it's not often that you see
Old Hasbro's, 90s Hasbro's, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got some more little soldier guys for the wee one, for Riley.
Captain Adventure. That's the better ones, because the later ones with more articulation, like G.I. Joe. Submarine guy.
I think it's because he's seen some of the G.I. Joes that I've got, kind of thing. He's kind of
Very similar.
got a pilot for him.
He's got one for the helicopters.
Picked up a couple of Fortnite figures for him as well.
They could still be G.I. Joe if they got the RT, yeah. Same height, same everything.
And a wee Batman.
Batman.
As I say, he's been at me for soldiers. He's already got kind of some celebrity ma. And then this was like fucking 20p.
Little robot.
Little wind up robot.
He's second favourite for tonight, Bassett. That wins. Okay. He wins.
Kind of reminds you like they look like the old vintage style wind up.
Yeah.
Kind of. Well, that's I think that's all. I also picked up one of these little things.
A bit different.
Oh, it's that Shadow Wiz and Rory. He started collecting a lot of the like anime from little figurines, and he's kind of inspired me.
Yeah.
I got one of the wee ones just to see if it's something I'm going to continue or not.
You buy the one and then everyone sends you gifts.
Oh. And I also picked up some Pezzies as well.
Pezzies. Mando, Playmobil.
Yeah, £3. I didn't even know they did Playmobil ones, man.
Pezzies almost like Funko. They do everything. They got the options to do everything because it's a difference. Yeah, altogether.
No, as I say, I've been following Devil Flyers quite a lot over the last few months, and Rex does collect these, and he's kind of inspired me to pick up a couple to have in the collection kind of thing. So when I seen the Playmobil one, it's like, oh, definitely buy that, because we know a certain person in our community that loves Playmobil now. I did show the certain person. He's like, whoa, didn't know they
existed. Yeah.
Seemingly they've done the Asterix ones as well, so I need to keep my eye out for A-ones.
Yeah. You don't find them in the shops that often up here, but they're on more holiday things and that sort of stuff. So
I actually got them out of B&M's kind of thing. I seen the Playmobil one, and I seen this. I was like, oh, you know what? I'll buy a couple just to see what they'll not get fun. They'll probably keep them in. I'll probably open the Star Wars one, but probably keep the Playmobil one sealed. I'll go next to the Harley Quinn lollipop thing that I've got as well. Oh, bollocks. But talking to the devil and it will appear. You were talking about Cat Vader Girl, Cat saying hi. And we've also got the awesome G-Force as well. And we also have
What's
Kate.
G-Force? Another Robert of the Thingamabobs, isn't it, this weekend or next?
I think it's this weekend. I think Joe Fest this weekend. And we also have Katie as well.
See? See, bad? Girl toys.
I think Cat's more a Godzilla kind of person and a Vader kind of person.
We could convert them back, don't worry.
So just for the like shits and the giggles kind of thing, would you pick any more of those Mary Kate and Ashley stuff up if you come across them? Or is that just a one-off?
I've got the one boxed and I'm happy with that set. The other sets are like Spy 5000, a skiing set or a music set. You know what I mean? So I'm happy just as the one, but there's only 4 in the set. It all depends on the price. You know what I mean?
Oh, was it G's phase 1 of the G Spot expansions is complete. Need to make shelves for the third room. I know, I don't know if you've been seeing his Instagram, but he's sorting out he's got an awesome, and G's got an awesome collection, like us all. We've all got our own collections kind of thing. And Katie says, "Oh, girl toys, I like it."
There you go. Is there something different?
Oh, aye, it's. Didn't get me wrong there.
Old and bit, you know what I mean?
I do have a Monster High. I've got a couple of Monster High ones. The only reason I bought one of them is because it's a Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, I know the one you mean. I
seen that Bean Ends was selling them for like £4, and I was like, I bought quite a few for like my nieces and that for their birthdays and Christmases. And I seen the Loch Ness one, and it's like, what? I said, I'll keep that one for myself.
I've actually got quite a few, actually. I can't remember.
Was it the Star Wars Destiny? You know, when they're in there was a wee cartoon for it, like a wee miniseries, but I've got the Chewbacca, I think I've got the Leia.
You've got Ray, you've got Leia, you've got the
Ray,
Ewok, and you've got the C-3PO for it. Yeah.
I've also got, what's her name?
Ray's eating there as well.
I've also got the Sabine one as well. Sabine as well. But they were home bargains. I mean, that was what? It's probably about 4 years ago, man. Home Bargains was selling them for fucking like £3 off man thing, yeah. So I seen the Chewbacca.
The only other things I've got for girls, which is almost, I think it's almost a complete collection now, is the DC Girls superhero line.
I do have the Harley Quinn for that.
Yeah. We can't mention bronies without Stu. So there you go.
That's probably that's one thing I don't actually own yet as a My Little Pony, but no doubt about it, a certain person will end up sending one. I do have a couple of Care Bears. Well, that was Mr. Rumsfeld. That was Mr. Rumsfeld. He went and showed them off, and it's like I'd come across them. It's like, oh, I'll pick a couple of them up.
I know there's another toy line I used to like and collect, but it was like a teddy bear and a teddy bear on roller skates and all sorts. I was like, I still remember them now. I might get back into.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I just can't remember the name of the bear.
Yeah. It's like a brown teddy bear with an M on and like a cheerleader. Yeah.
Because I think they've done quite a few of them. Because they've done one like a biker, and they had one with like a roller skates, and then I think they've done another one with a skateboard.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
But these were like they weren't like your normal like plushy kind of bears that were a little bit on.
Yeah,
I remember
plastic. But then there was the teddy bears as well. Yeah,
you could actually pose them.
Yeah,
I do remember. I just can't remember the actual name of the toy line now, but I do remember them. I remember seeing them.
But no, little weird bits like that. It's something catches your eye and that sort of stuff. You always pick one or two up, and that's it. You say you've got something from it, and that's it.
Oh, like
the guy just showed me that right price. I've never seen it before, and I thought, you get Harry Potter girls and all sorts, and I thought they're about Cindy height. So there you go.
And we've also got Lack. He's visiting us for the mothership.
Lack.
Bears on roller skates. What's the next cat living with dogs? I can't remember. That's going to bug me now.
I know. You can picture it, but you can't remember it.
Yeah, I know exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about because I think they come out late 80s,
90s. It's going to bug you now.
That's all I was saying is that you could show something off and it, like, I recognise that. Or if anybody shows something off that, if you've gone through like TikTok or Instagram or X or Facebook and somebody will put a certain figure up or a certain toy, it's like, I remember that. Especially when you go into that action figure identification, is that a lot of folk pick stuff up, they don't know exactly what they've picked up, and it's like, I remember that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Know that
you can remember it, but then finding is another kettle of fish, isn't it? It's the same with Shabby, isn't it? With the jukebox. For 2 or 3 years, he has thousands, and
I think you're trying to find out what that thing was for like over a year, and then it just happened to pop on the live stream one night, and it's like, that's what it is.
You said what you showed Dave the jukebox, and that's it.
I think it was the funds? Was it that?
Everyone thought it was Happy Days.
Aye.
But the figures, the jukebox was too big for the thingy-bob. So back in the 70s, when Shabby said he got it, there was only 2 things that were 12 inches. Action Man, which is all military back then, nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
And the only other one that out in the 70s was Barbie. And it was just like a Barbie jukebox playset, that's it. So when you nailed it down, we didn't think it was like Happy Days, which Meccano, which is only 8 inches, to these is 12-inch scale. That's how you work it out.
Yeah, we've also got Jonathan. Jonathan's popped in as well. But no, it's kind of weird when you go into like boot sales and toy fairs, you have a good look at everybody's stall, and they've got that one item that's like, whoa, I didn't know that they made them.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to buy it, but it might be a little bit on the expensive side, but you just want it for your collection because it's kind of unique.
Yeah.
It's like back in the day, man, when I used to watch that, is it Bionic 6? I didn't know they did a toy line because I could swear to this day that I haven't seen the action figures over here, but then folk were just picking them up like just before the pandemic, and during the pandemic, it's like, damn, I didn't know they made them.
I think the problem with over here, we had a shop called Nostalgia and Comics.
Mm-hmm.
And originally they brought in their own figures and toys from America before Forbidden Planet bought them out and everything else. And got, like, for example, back in the day, Pound Stretchers 30 years ago was running independently, and they were bringing toys in. You can see how Pound Stretchers was 30 years ago.
Oh, fuck, man! You used to go in there. You used to be able to buy from Thundercats, He-Man, Star Wars.
Yeah. It was the same with like
any other movies that come out that had toy lines where, like Predators, Aliens, Rambo, they were stocked up. Now when you go into Pound Stretchers, it's like fucking cheap, nasty fucking.
Yeah. But it's like that. It's like, and we had, because it was Nostalgia quite close to me, I had they brought all the importing, because they used to buy the Action Figure Digest Lee's Toys and Reviews, and Toy Fair magazine, and a few others, just showing toys magazines off. And that's where I got most of my stuff from. You know, I know we had the six figures in because it was done by Bluebird in the UK.
Yeah.
I've got a leaflet with the Bluebird logo, which is Trendmasters for Bionicle 6.
I used to love pound stretchers because you get your pocket money when you were younger. You had pound stretchers that you could go into, and even like Marks and Spencer's man back in the day, man, they used to have a lot of toys, and they don't do that kind anymore. No. Then you had Woolies. Woolies was, you always got your pocket money. We'd go down to Woolies, and because Woolies had like the bagging baskets and buckets, and you used to be able to come out with shitload of stuff.
Yeah.
It's the same with pound stretchers. Back in the day, man, you could pick up action figures for like £1. I remember.
W.H. Smith had a big, massive toy section back in the day. You know, perfectly honest, bad. Some of these days, even now, I always try and find unique, different toy magazines or toy things, or toy, at least magazines. I absolutely love the toy magazines. I showed one after John, and John found it and done a review on it, the action figure one. It's like, you remember it was done for Scouting for Toys, which is basically the vintage toy magazine, the toy people, vintage. They did magazines, and I've got 4 in front of me now. You know, the magazine, the artwork is like, I'm quite glad I never went to that one, because it's like, shit, I'm hoping it didn't go for that price.
It's just like the Commando comics that we go over here. Well, my dad's friend that stays up the road for us, he also helps out with the cars and that if we're having any issues with them. I was just having a discussion with him one night. It's like about the Commando comics, and it's like, I've got some there if you want to have a wee ready kind of thing. And he's like, it says that when he read them, he said it just kind of brought him back to his childhood.
Yeah.
And he says, if you ever come across any of those again, he says, let me know. He says, I'll buy them off you.
Yeah, it's completely different and weird. You know, we'll never stop buying, we'll never stop doing anything, and that's it.
G's going for a shabby tomorrow. I hope they have fun this weekend. Like, I hope they find some bits and pieces that they've been looking for and get a chance to meet up with everybody again.
Crazy. Oh. Oh. It's like, weirdly enough, I was talking to the vintage guys, and I said the Vectors, they did the book for them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, the first 10 pages of biography of what, but then you get all the toy pictures in the middle.
Oh, nice. Mm. I'm assuming that's just a Star Wars based.
No, this one's got Star Trek. It was done there, movie and sci-fi. Carry On, Batman's, Ghostbusters. But then 90% of the back is all Star Wars. There's prototypes, vehicles, and that sort of stuff.
It's like talking about like toy lines, man, and movies. It's like, I love Police Academy growing up. I think everybody probably loved Police Academy. But when I know they did the cartoon back in the day, but I didn't know they did I didn't know they'd done a toy line for the. Yeah. Because we got the toy line over here, and it's only over like the last couple of years with folk either getting them off of eBay or some random person's got them at the boot sale kind of thing, and it's like, I didn't even know they existed. I would love to have a. There is another. I mean, there's one toy line that I keep trying to look for when I go to toy fairs and always check online. but not a lot of folk in the UK sell them. Majority of them
This
are France or...
GI from the weekend about. It's all the Action Force, Palatoy Action Force.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I just like looking at the magazine. It gives you a price guide and everything else, and suiting for Nick, the old action man's. You know, they said they don't do the books anymore, so I was quite glad. And then there's a theme training with Lord of the Rings. You know, there's trains and also it gives you like a rough price guide and a rough guide. They still do now.
I keep looking for when I go to toy fairs. Hopefully, I maybe come across one at some point. But even when you go on eBay to look for them, and majority of them are for like Argentina or Italy, and they're cheap enough, but it's the shipping that kills it.
Yeah.
And I love the cartoon. I think the cartoon came out in the mid-90s, but you'll probably remember it was cried Botmaster.
Yes.
I would love to get the ninja guy. And
I've got 2 carded figures over there, the ninja guy, and I've got the robot that can bind. It's only a small line again, Baz. It's one big robot and then 3 variants, and then
I mean, I love the ninja character. I thought he was like he's probably the coolest at them all. Then you have like the sport bots. Man, the sport bots are quite cool, but the one thing that's he's the main character's got a car that transforms into a big massive robot as well.
Yeah,
and I'm sure the bad guys they all combined into a big fucking robot, so you could kind of have a battle. I mean, you can
one toy at the moment. I hate
it's 20, 25, £30 for like postage for like Argentina and shit.
No, we got them over here because I know. Well, I picked mine up from Italy, and I've got them. It's a bit too far to reach. Even if I get up and get them, it's a bit too far to reach.
The thing with that is that you got a pair of them in 3D glasses, and if you ever watched the show, it's like every so often, it's like you get the wee symbol for the 3D. That you put the glasses on and it gives you like a 3D effect. It was cool. Just kind of similar to like from Captain Planet. No, Captain Power.
That's it. Yeah, I've got him. Yeah, he's over there.
If you had the shit, and if you watched the show, the shit we kind of interact with the show kind of thing. Used to love all that kind of stuff, but.
It reminds me of Baz, that toy I gave you for your birthday a couple of weeks ago, the Lightning Awakenings. Lightspeed Awakenings, that one's.
Yeah. I've actually still got it's still in its box. I've only taken it just to have a like kind of look at it. I've not actually taken it to put them all together kind of thing, to have them displayed next to the normal coloured version. I kind of try to hide it because I know there's the both of us know a certain young lad that if he sees that, he'd be like, I want one of those.
Easy to get hold of at the moment.
I know, but you know what he's like, Dave. Is like he sees what I've got, and it's like he wants it as well.
Even if he doesn't collect it, but he's like, please, no. Please, no.
Oh, he has a little bugger for certain things.
Rebel.
Because he sees from fair enough, he likes his wrestlers. You know that. He loves his wrestling figures. He loves his his He-Man figures, kind of thing.
Star Wars.
I mean, recently he's just going to Star Wars. Even though he's watched all the movies with me, kind of thing, he's never really. The only Star Wars figures he saw is either a Darth Vader or a Chewbacca.
Yeah.
But now when he goes shopping with me on a Saturday, he's buying more and more Star Wars stuff.
Crazy.
But he's buying. He's not kind of like buying the characters that we kind of know. He's buying like the random characters. Characters I think that he looks at and he's like, that's cool. To me, it was like, I've already got like 4 of him. I'm not needing another one. But he kind of like looks at it and it's like, oh, I like that one. I said, well, why do you not want a Luke Skywalker? Or no, I like that guy because he's got like 4 guns.
Look, there's a lot of collectors out there just pick and choose the characters they like, and that's it. Nothing else, and that's it. You know.
Do you think what was the last one I picked up?
I know you got him a Chewbacca.
I got him the Chewbacca because I was fed up with mine's disappearing. Well, the last Black Series figure that he picked up was the Han Solo one.
Yeah.
The one that's on, I think it's the 40th anniversary card.
Yeah.
Because the game was selling them for $5, so he picked that up. What was the other one?
Crazy. Here's a quick question for you, Baz. As a collector, like your shelves behind you, if you've got like your shelves behind you, would you put all the collection together? For example, Ben 10 or Star Wars, would you put it all in one shelf? Or if you got bootlegs and knockoffs, would you put it on a separate shelf, or would you keep it all together?
Depending on how big your shelves are, man, I would probably just try and keep everything together if you can. Because, well, technically, I mean, I've got the Black Series helmet, the artillery trooper. I've got a couple of stormtroopers, but I've also got a knockoff vintage stormtrooper on there.
Yeah.
But
I was wondering if you like your knockoff and that sort of stuff, or you mix and match all together. Would you keep it separate if you had 2 shelves, like a knockoff shelf and a proper shelf? Would you keep it together? Would you keep it separate?
I would probably try and keep it all together, kind of thing. It depends on the knockoff, man. It depends on how. If they're really badly painted, then probably I wouldn't display them.
Or would you put it in the knockoff section?
Or if you had like a section with like knockoff stuff, then you kind of keep you try and keep your collection all the same.
So then the proper stuff in one section and knockoff stuff in another section. Even you mix and match.
It just depends on how bad the knockoffs actually are. If the knockoffs are in good quality condition to put with your original lines, then yes. But if they're really like bad, I would probably have a separate shelf, but just have.
Oh, the bad ones are better. Trust me, the bad ones are even better, Baz.
I mean, I've seen some really bad ones, and when you look at them, it's like, oh, they're bad. But when you've actually got them in your hands, it's like, Christ almighty, for what they actually are, they're actually quite sturdy.
Cool. Yeah.
Because kind of on Saturday there, we went in a charity shop, and they were doing a lot of the Marvel knockoff figures. Riley was he was wanting to get some. I says, well, we'll come back. I says, because I was meeting up with a friend that I hadn't seen from COVID as well. So we were kind of rushing about on Saturday. I says, oh, we'll come back for them because I had quite a few. When we went back, they were gone.
Yeah.
But the ones that we'd seen, man, it was the ones with the LED and the light in the chest. Yeah. But these were quite sturdy, Dave. They weren't like your cheap ones. It's like the plastic on them were a bit more heavier, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But I came across
Captain America and all that, and I was like, fuck, I wish I just picked them up when we seen them, but we were kind of rushing for time kind of thing,
I know recently I picked up a Ben 10 collection and I had quite a few doubles, but then I realised they're all knockoffs because they got the lighting, but same mould, same everything, just a slightly cheaper plastic. And it was like, wait a second, has that got the lighting? Yo!
Oh man, I've got the what was the name of that movie? Steel. Is it Real Steel?
Steel?
Is it Real Steel? No, kind of the Hugh Jackman one with the giant robots, with the robots. the boxing robots.
Oh, Raw Steel.
I've got a lot of the knockoff, like 4-inch, and they even though they've got the LED in the chest, they're really good quality for what they are.
Yeah. And Perfect Annie's buds, they've grown in money and value quite recently. They're quite a hefty price to find.
I've got a few.
Yeah, I was looking at that set.
I need to actually look them up because I can't remember what I've actually done with them. But I know I've got quite a. I've got 4 or 5 of them. When I've got knockoff, Lego He-Man figures. I've got knockoff, Thundercat figures.
There you go, Buzz. 2 knockoff Spider-Mans. Which is
nice.
By Pogo.
Oh, we have Racing Palpatine joining us, and we also have we've got Nick as well.
Action Pop Tag Nick.
Yep.
I understand.
But the knockoff, some of the knockoff stuff that you get, is kind of jumping up in price for what they are. I never usually understand is that why is the knockoff stuff more expensive than the original kind of stuff.
Sometimes, Baz, people don't want the knockoff stuff, they only want the originals, and then you've got everything from the originals, like the 97 Star Wars figures. What else can you do? If you only collect Kenner, you only then collect Palatoy and Meccano, Lily Ladies, and the rest of the companies.
I know there's Phantom Menace. There was a lot of knockoff Phantom Menace toys, figures. And those things go for a absolute fortune, man. But when you look at the paint on them, man, it's like, how are these so expensive? But
people just didn't buy them up. They just got destroyed and discontinued, and if you survived, and that's it.
Because the weird thing about the cards is, it's like somebody's taken a print of the card, but not cut it properly. So it's like the card's kind of like if you look at the back of the card's got. It's like you could actually see you've got the cell with all the figures on it, but it's like they've cut right down the middle like that kind of thing. And when you look at the front, even the Star Wars symbols from like half cut kind of thing. But depending on how the packaging hang it, man, I've seen some of them going for like £100 a figure on eBay, and it's like, why?
It's like the other question you could have yourself.
That same figure that you got in the original line, it's just the paint is so bad on them.
Yeah. It's like the other question you've got to ask yourself as well. I've just picked up recently Warriors of Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
But they're also called Darkness Warriors in different areas. What do you, but like, G-Force is Battle of the Planets, or back in the day, isn't it?
Like you said, was it Battle of the Planets, and then you had it was called G-Force at one point as well, and then it's
the same with like UK. It was like
I think there's 3 different names for that series.
But then there's like Trendmaster Bluebird, Bandai Kenner Palatoy, different companies. So we got Bluebird stuff instead of Trendmaster, same figure, but it's slightly different,
Just like the
Well,
battle.
Death Star is Palatoy, and you know what I mean?
Well, what's that? What's that toy line that you've started picking up recently? Is it War Planets? I know that was Spin Masters, but I'm sure over here, I'm sure it was actually
Bluebird.
Well.
Bluebird.
Then you had like Mighty Max, but there were so many different knockoffs of the Mighty Max stuff was unreal. But they were nice sets, so
yeah. Yeah, but here I think they were called by something else. It's like Turtles, UK's Playmates, America's Playmates, Canada's still Spin Masters. They've got the license to release the toys in different parts of the world and country. It's like the Godzillas. Playmates have now got the European license, so explaining to one of our friends the European, but not the Japanese, which is Bandai still.
Because what's the? Because I can Spin Master, no Spin Playmates is quite something else in Italy as well, is it not?
Yeah, Gush Perez or something like that.
Yeah,
that's their biggest
company that's done like the gourmet stuff.
Yeah,
it's
a big. It's like their big like Hasbro toy line over there. It's their big line is there. That one. It's like front.
And that's another kind of like toy line that a lot of folk don't really talk about, kind of thing nowadays.
It's been going on 20 odd years plus.
Gourmet does have a lot of
characters. It's a big toy line. It's a big, massive little toy line to collect, and a lot of figures. And the problem is when you got a lot of them European exclusive, which we don't class as European, it's very hard to get complete collections.
See, I always think when you talk about gourmet, man, I know you've got a big collection of gourmet. I've got a little shoebox full of gourmet stuff, gourmet figures. But to me, they kind of remind me of Battle Beasts. It's like a more modern version of Battle Beasts.
Full tribes and
because like with the Battle Beast, man, you had the water, the fire, the wood, kind of thing. It's kind of similar to Gourmet. Gourmet's got like their own tribes, like your earth, your water, volcano, kind of thing. But some of the characters do kind of like resemble some of the Battle Beasts. Is like with some of the Battle Beasts, they had like, I think it was a rhino that had like a hammer for a hand.
Yeah,
love that character. You've got Gourmeties that have kind of like that as well.
Was it back in the days? Is it Heatwave series or something for Transformers, where you put your thumb on the thing to see if they're good or bad as well?
You did the fuck. What was the proper name for that now?
I know Battle Beast came from that line because that's where they got the idea from.
Well, if you actually watch, I can't remember if it's season 1 of Transformers or when they done the G2, but there is actually one episode that they actually kind of cross over with Battle Beasts and Transformers.
Yeah.
They actually go to a planet that's basically Battle Beasts. I'm quite surprised they never really done a toy line crossover kind of thing, because I think a lot of folk, especially a good friend from Andy, he'd be well into that. Yeah. I know he's trying to complete the Laser Beast, but
I think he's down to 2 now, Laser Beast, and I know for a fact the other day at the car boot, our local car boot, one of our friends did actually find a Laser Beast at a car boot. The guy didn't have a clue what he had.
Andy didn't know that a lot of the Laser Beasts are quite expensive because a lot of them are Japanese exclusives.
Yeah, or European again.
He's been managing to finding them for a really good price instead of paying like hundreds and hundreds of pounds for them.
Yeah. I know mostly it's always European or exclusive to Europe, and
Well, I'm sure the Laser Beast, that was more a Japanese kind of spin off to the original line, but I
Yeah.
could be wrong. But there is a lot of like exclusive figures, but it was only released in Japan.
Yeah. I think I've got one here. No, I can't remember where I put Andy's book, but I'll show Andy's Toys and Models book off.
Because he's done his own battle beast from and like checklist kind of thing. I have it, man. I done a swap with him. I done a trade with him a couple of years back. He started collecting all the Rocky figures, and I happened to have him in Adrian. And it's like, wasn't I just happened to show him it, and it's like, I haven't got that. And he's like, oh, I need that. You want to do a trade? And it's like, what are you going to trade? He says, you're after some battle beasts there? And it's like, yeah. He says, I'll give you some battle beasts for that.
But it still gets me when they can sell still a slab of meat in the packet. That was ridiculous.
Oh, it's like some of these, like the customizer men have done, especially for like Star Wars, they've done Luke's aunt and uncle. It's just like a pile of ash, and then you've got one that's like a skeleton, and it's like, why?
Well, it goes with the movie. At least in the movie for 5 seconds, at least you can see them.
Esmond, I was talking to my dad's friend last night because we popped up last night to see him, kind of thing, and just we was having to talk about like blades and saddles and all that, and it's like he likes his jokes, he likes his humor, and it's like we were talking about, it's like stuff that Blazing Saddles that you seen in Blazing Saddles they wouldn't get away with now in movies, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's one Mel Brooks movies that I wish they did an action line for it, but I know due to the licensing and that he was allowed to make the movie, but he wasn't allowed to do a toy line. But I know your good friend Nick is done it.
Baseball.
It's talking to him, it's like I would love to have had some Spaceball figures back in the day. Like I know Nick.
Spaceballs. He's done Ewok first movie, Ewok second movie. I know for a fact he was talking to a Jedi that's in the movie that's never been done a figure, so he's thinking about customizing the figure.
Am I right in saying he's also done the V figures as well?
Yeah.
From the original
Space Cowboys.
Space Cowboys. And the one I've always thought was kind of a weird thing back in the day, but was the Fiendish Feats.
Yeah.
Then
he also has done the Count Dracula and Count Fangula and
it's like back in the day, man, when you see folk collecting like just the yogurt pots and how much the yogurt pots are, and when you see those action figures that he's done, it's like I really want one of those, but it's like you've got to be quick because those Fiendish Feet, they sell out so quickly, man.
Yeah. I got a couple of the small ones he did and bits, and now he's done the characters to go with it, and now he's done.
He's also done like bigger versions as well.
Yeah.
What was the other like? Oh, he's also done Trapdoor as well.
Yeah, Trapdoor's massive for him. I know he's done the Witch. He's doing a few other bits recently.
I wonder if we'll ever do. What was it? Cried. Bollocks. Emu. I'm sure he's done some of the Emu figures as well, because I can't remember if it's Nick. It's done the Witch. For that series.
Yeah. Nick's done it.
I can't remember if it was Nick. I
think I did play, and I think I've missed it now. It's the Wimpy toy, the Wimpy mascot, and it came with a Wimpy box, which was crazy.
Because he's done like his own. He's done like a He-Man line kind of thing as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like in like the 5 points articulation.
Yeah, it was the that's the first line he did when he got quite, noticed when he did his Deflatron.
Aye, because he done. I think he's the Deflatron figures were cool.
Yeah, I've still got his first figure Guardian box somewhere in the whatever
I'll
amount.
we'll buy a couple of those Fiendish Feats off them once they're back in stock again. I like the bit. I mean, I know he's done like
Count Duckula off him. He's over there.
I know he's done the small ones, but I quite like I think he's done like
the normal size.
I think he's done like a 4-inch version of it that's more articulated. I'd love to get one of those. And I know he does like the Halloween specials. Usually when it's like...
He's also now done the Count Dracula like figure as well, the action figure to get Dracula and the vehicle. We might need to get Nick back on again to see what he's got and new he's got.
Definitely need to get Nick back on. There's quite a few folk we need to get back on. We need to get Rob back on as well at some point when he's free. I know Rob's gone through a rough time because I think he lost his granddad a few weeks back as well, kind of thing. See, we need to get Rob back on because when Rob made the mass vehicles out of Coca-Cola tins and beer tins, and when those things were cool as hell. And
Does that mean I need to get hold of Travis again, see if he's free in the future?
Oh, we need to get Travis back on, man. That guy's collection of Mystic, man, that was... You seen when Andy was on that night, man, Andy's jaw basically hit up. Because he had basically...
No, Andy's got quite a good collection as well.
He had but Travis, man, he had all like the big monsters.
Yeah.
From man, those things were like, you're like, Jesus Christ, man. But like again, is like stuff like that over in America, man. You could get them for like $30, $50. Over here, they're like
backing quite quick. They're only like £20 a figure, but as soon as they go backed and gone, which is straight away.
Showed off I think it was a snow ogre or something like that, and I just happened to come across that a few weeks back, and I was looking for something. And it was gone for like 400 quid for that figure.
Yeah.
And it was like, you just wonder how much you actually paid for that when it first came out.
35, 40 quid tops.
But I know Travis is does he know
Mythic Legions?
Oh man,
Mythic Legions, 4 Horsemen company, also the Mythic Legions, the 3.5-inch like skeletons, the snakes, the warriors, the action man size.
Because he had I can't remember if it was from the same company, but did they know the his figures as well?
Yeah.
I remember your friend gave you a few from himself for him. It was last year or the year before. And I was like,
he's still got them actually.
They're actually quite cool, man.
It's something like that because we didn't get them over here except for like ID. Was it ID Toys or Comic and Collectibles had them in? He had like a quite good. They bought so many in the start with, but then he was just fading out because
they're all customizable, man. I mean, you can strip them down and make your own figures up, kind of thing, man. And that's
they also do like the blank bodies, so you can make your own figure as well.
Yeah. So I kind of done the skeleton line kind of thing. It was just plain skeletons with
Jason the Argonauts, and
just with a couple of different versions of heads, like skeleton head missing the jaw. From like you can put an axe in its head, kind of thing. And it was. So quite like there's another company. I've seen them on Instagram. They've just released is it the Street Beasts or something? It's like you get a human head and then you get like an animal head with it as well. So you get like a rhino, a bat. Those figures are cool, but you can get them over here, but they're like from 80 quid.
Yeah. Well, there's a few more toy lines. There's a toy line very similar to He-Man. It Lost the Dragon or something, and they're the same articulation points of He-Man.
There's another company, I think it's an Argentina company that kind of done like a He-Man. It was a knockoff line back in the day, but they've got the license to make like up-to-date versions of them.
Yeah.
Basically, they're just like the He-Man figures, man, but some of the characters are quite cool. But
Yeah.
they're only like I think they're like 20 euros, but the time you convert into euros plus the shipping, when you're talking about 50 quid the time you get one.
Yeah, 100%. That's. I'm going to call it a night there because I actually need the toilet. So I'm
That's
going to
fine.
cook. There's only 5 minutes to go, so I'll be catching the back after. So if you want to finish off and bits and pieces, explain about it next week.
We'll say bye for tonight, but next week is going to be a special one.
I'll leave you to do it, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay?
No worries, man. So next Thursday is going to be a really tough day for me, but I still want to do a live stream. Still want to kind of celebrate a certain young lady that we kind of lost a few months back. So I'm going to try and do something different for next week. So I do apologise when we do next week if I do feel a little bit not myself. It's my mum's birthday. Try to think of something. When me and Dave been talking about it, it's like I'm trying to think of the stuff that mum kind of liked to the collection and what she kind of bought for the collection and that. But I would like you guys to come along and help us celebrate a little bit. Might have a little toast at the end. I might try a little whiskey just to celebrate everything. But I'm not 100%, but I might have an open night. I might put the link up in the chat as well and see if anybody wants to come in and just have a chat kind of thing. But I'll let you know nearer the time. As we say, is that have an awesome weekend. Don't spend too much money. Until next week, ciao for now.